You know who Jang Ji-hoon is? Yeah, me neither. Manhwa. When I think of manhwa, I think of solo leveling and some other stuff if you know what I mean, but that's all there is to it for me. Of all the years of being unemployed, I realized I never actually read a whole lot of Korean mangas. I've flipped left to right more than I've scrolled up and down. I've watched adaptations more than I've read the source. Now I've listened to K-pop, I've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, and I stan Kim Chae-won, so naturally, the next obvious step is to read all the manhwas created by the greatest author no one knows about, starting with The Horizon is the first of 5 works that Jang Ji-hoon has done. It feels familiar, not all the panels were colored, and it's symbolic. The world is devoid of life, and in the midst of it all, a boy stood on his feet and began to walk. This is a story about moving forward. It's different from any of the manhwas I've read before. The story speaks more in silence, and pages would flow on end without a single word spoken. And you don't need them. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but this is worth millions. Millions of lives that were lost in the post-apocalyptic world. I was immersed. So immersed that I didn't realize I was reading a manhwa until halfway through the first chapter. I started reading from right to left out of habit. In this story, there were no names. The boy will be called the boy, the girl will be the girl, the strange man, the man in a suit, and so on. The author strips away their identity, so the story feels universal. Any one of them could be you. We first follow the boy, who then meets the girl. They gotta run. 2 kids fleeing a war zone. Why has the world turned out this way? The boy asked. But at the sight of the girl's whimper, they began to run, deeper and deeper into the forest without saying a word. But someone's gotta pop the question. Where are we going? Anywhere. One thing for sure is that this road will end somewhere. Well, what awaits us at the end of the road? Just the end of the road. But the earth is round and it holds on to us so that we don't fly out into space. So maybe that means we can keep moving forward. Maybe. And so the boy and the girl began their journey onto the horizon. They met this strange man who's afraid of fire, a guy that runs an entire city. These two went through a lot of shit together, but they press on, battling hardships that tests their morale. It's a short 21 chapters, but what you feel is nothing short of depressing, loss, and hopelessness. And those long silent panels add to the isolation. But ever so often in their journey towards the unknown future, you feel there is hope in the midst of this world of violence. Happiness exudes color into the page that gives the characters life because in that moment, they are alive. Shit! I Have Something to Tell You is no doubt the author's most underappreciated work. People glaze The Horizon for its emotional impact, how sad it is, but if you think The Horizon is bad, this one's worse. Gayeon was once a normal-looking girl that had gone on a trip with the fam before a wedding. Once again, the page was filled with colors and smiles, and we all know how that ended. She had lost everything. Her mom, her dad, her fiance, everything. And this is chapter 2. Her face was covered in scars and she numbed the pain with alcohol. Going out felt like climbing a mountain and she's scaling Everest when showing her face. She was traumatized. They call her a monster, shame her for something out of her control, and that drove her into self-harm. Depression starts creeping in and slowly swallows her whole. It is beyond tragic. But whenever darkness closes in and becomes too overwhelming, a light always shines through. And Gayeon turned over a new leaf as a single mother. She was done hiding and embraced the person that she is. The kids who scribbled on her door made amends with her, and she even found someone to rely on. It was wholesome, and I started to really hate these happy moments because we all know it's the calm before the storm. And this is just the prologue. What? Oh yeah, that was just the start. I should probably add a disclaimer that this story contains depictions of abuse, self-harm, suicide, incest, pedophilia, and some other things that I do not want to remember. People love the first and the last works of the author, but I think this is his most well-written story out of the 5. It had me tearing up. It's brutal with its themes, and that's why I love it. It's not afraid of showing the horror that happens to people around the world, and you're gonna see this notion throughout his works. If you love The Horizon, do not skip this. The average length of a human when fully stretched is about 2 meters. How far is Earth from the moon? How many humans does it take to reach the moon? Okay, here's an idea. Let's get 192 million single men stacked on top of each other to form a human ladder from Earth all the way up to the moon so the 2 celestial bodies can be together in a 3-chapter rom-com spin-off.
What?
For 4.5 billion years, the Earth has been alone. And throughout all those lonely years, humans have trashed it, stripped away its beauty, and on the brink of destroying it, he appeared. It's Earth. Too long has he been alone, and too long he has yearned for the moon. But he can't get there by himself. His body falls apart whenever his feet leave the ground. Thus the 190 million single man human ladder operation. What the fuck?
I don't understand. I don't know what's going on here. It's lost the plot.
You know, after working on Depressions Part 1 and 2, I think the author just said fuck it and drew whatever came to mind. These short 3 chapters were a fun read, and I thought to myself, wait, this guy's got a sense of humor. I didn't know he had that. He even threw in a fun fact that he had been single for 8 years and cameoed his other works. It's just a fun side quest, but now, Jung Ji-hoon, it's time to lock back in. I wonder what his next masterpiece is about. Mosquitoes. It's about mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have been around for over 100 million years before the dinosaurs. And they spread diseases that kill hundreds of thousands of people each year. They suck our blood and reproduce much faster than we can control them. Here's a conspiracy theory. What if these guys weren't just sucking blood to reproduce? What if they were accumulating our DNA to find a way to clap back at us? It began. They mutated and spawned everywhere to hunt us down. In just 1 week, half of humanity was gone. And by the time the story starts, we're fucked. They have outnumbered us by 1 trillion. But you don't fuck with the indomitable human spirit, goddammit! An elite squad was assembled to fight the mosquitoes, and the key to stopping them lies behind this door. Let's kill these sons of bitches. These guys got our DNA. I got. We are fucked. There was no way we were gonna win this fight. 100 men ain't beating 1 gorilla, and we sure ain't beating millions of mosquitoes on steroids. So our only hope lies within the key, and we sacrifice everything to obtain it. For this is mankind's greatest counterattack. No, what's going on? Who the fuck is this guy?
It's lost the plot. It's completely lost the plot.
No, this isn't a side quest. This is a whole new side to the author that we've never seen before. He's really just a funny guy. There's a Baki reference and Ava one. He's done playing sadness. He's honest with his work now. When he doesn't want to do big fights, he just doesn't do it. Or when he's too lazy to invent a new dish, he just skips it. He doesn't give a fuck, and this breaks the 4th wall, so you get to know a little bit more about the author. This man right here, he's a ghost. This is the only picture of him that I could find. I tried digging up some dirt on him, but nope. He's nowhere. No socials, no interviews, not even a Wikipedia page. Search his name and a guy named Rain comes up. You know Rain? Mosquito War is like the Jeju arc in solo leveling. Just swap the insects with mosquitoes. One thing you'll notice in all of his works is that it doesn't have flashy art. You look at the heap of manhwas nowadays, the standards have never been higher. And yet with its minimal art, it never fails to deliver as big of an impact as these other guys, visually and emotionally. You can tell how big the battlefield is just by how long it takes you to scroll down the page. The fights? I really admire people that are good at something, then completely switch up and still be good at it. He can traumatize you and hype you up at the same time. It's insane. But Mosquito War isn't just pure action and comedy. This dude is logical. Sometimes. There's always a deeper message within his stories, and he's a genius in symbolizing it. To me, this was not just him turning over a new leaf, but more of a stepping stone for his next masterpiece. The Boxer is a boxing manhwa. That's what you would think at first, but after seeing his previous works, you know it's gonna be more than just boxing. Ryu was a prodigy. The story begins with him just toying with all the boxers in the gym, no diff. A genius with God-given talent, that's who he is. And this guy wants him all to himself, boss. But at that moment, a kid was being slugged in an alleyway. The predator sets his eye on a new prey. Why didn't you dodge them? He asked. I couldn't be bothered. Meh, he responded. Oh yeah? How about I give you a little taste? He dodged it. A punch thrown by the most famous trainer in the world. He wants him. Oh yes, he does. But Yu just walks off. Good for him. Anyways, back to Ryu. This guy's a dick. He's a bully that goes to the same school as Yu and Jay. These three are kind of the main characters. But for now, it's just Ryu shitting on both of them. I mean, the kid almost beat the strongest boxer in the gym. What's two scrawny kids from school gonna do? We first see Jay being the bully's plaything, then Yu stands up for Jay, which makes him their new toy, then Jay comes back to stand up for Yu. It's just a slugfest for Ryu in the end. It's brutal. But here's the thing. Whitehair here wasn't picked by the master himself. In fact, if there's one thing I've learned from watching people get bullied, it's that it's always the quiet ones that shouldn't be fucked with. Yes, it was Yu. Why didn't he dodge them when he could dodge this? You see, the difference between these guys is that Whitehair loves beating the shit out of people, while Blackhair doesn't see the appeal. Hitting people. Is it fun? He asked. And in the heat of the moment, when the strongest turned silent, he snapped. I love the paneling of the fights. It's the same shots but different movements. You can actually tell who's who and what's what. Ryu spent the first 7 chapters slugging people but got slugged in the 8th and only returned at the end of the story. It's a plot twist. The real prodigy was Yu, and you're gonna find out why it's always the quiet ones. His favorite saying is meh and sure I guess. He's not edgy, no, he's nonchalant. He has no emotions, no parents, no one. And it's a pattern I'm all too familiar with, but the story's not just about Yu. The Boxer is one of those stories where everyone feels like the main character. He doesn't pour all of his focus into building one man. All of them share the spotlight, even the side ones, even the ones that appear for one chapter. The star shines on every one of them. So one chapter you're rooting for him, then you're rooting for him, then him, and by the time you know it, it's their stories that inspire you the most. No one's perfect in this story. Even the champions have their own flaws, which makes you cheer for them, but Yu is a bad man. He's the Baba Yaga, both the unstoppable force and immovable object, a demon created by a psychopath. And you're gonna find out just how insane this predator is. But Yu faces tons of different boxers as he turns pro. There's a guy who fights a gorilla. He's the thinker. You can see that bit of humor he brought from Apocalypse Romance and Mosquito War. And I wish it was just the humor that he brought, because how can I forget what this guy is known for? It's more than just a boxing manhwa. Boxing is really just a canvas to explore deeper themes about life and human nature. You're not just learning from one guy, but all of them. Their ghosts inspire you, their backstories make you weep. It's the Demon Slayer effect. Behind every demonic character lies a tragic backstory waiting to be told. And all that's left is just rain. If I have something to tell you was the most well-written, then The Boxer is the most complete work of the author. A culmination of everything he has learned from his past works all poured into one single story. And there's always that one recurring message that appears in every one of his works. How he weaves Christian themes into its narrative with biblical references. This man is a believer in God. And God loves you, as he says. It's not overly obvious, it's layered mindfully into the storytelling, and if you've read some of his works, you can see the pattern in which he conveys his message, not in preaching God, but love. This man is a man of love. Though he'd been single for 8 years, 16 years now if things still haven't changed, his stories are all about spreading love and hope. Yes, even Mosquito Wars. You look at the world now and you likely see more hate and negativity than anything else. Instagram comments can be my source. It consumes us, blinding us as we walk to the path of destruction. And it's too late once it swallows us whole. But somewhere in Korea, there's a man trying to change that through his stories. And I find that inspiring. Cause what's a world without a little smile? Hi, I'm Danjo, and I love music. If you've seen any one of my videos, including this one, you would know that music plays a big part in making them that much enjoyable. It's also the part where I have the most fun with. Hey YouTube, what do you have to say about that? YouTube does not like music. Whenever I upload a video, almost always I'll get hit with a copyright claim, and that's not good. It restricts my video, sometimes straight up blocks them, but most importantly, it takes away the value of my craft. So I always had to cut out a few seconds or replace the entire song with copyright-free music that sounds like. Huh, if only there was a way to avoid that. Bingo. Yes, I started a Patreon page, and if you join right now, you can already watch some of my previous works that didn't make the cut. Even with this one, I had to tweak a lot just to get a thumbs up from YouTube. It sucks, but I still try my best to make it as high quality as possible for you guys. It's not an obligation. I'm not holding your family hostage. Yet. I guess going forward, I'll also be posting my future works on here as well. The uncut versions are my pride. My unborn baby that didn't make it out the womb. My sperm that got swallowed. So if you want to see the good stuff, or if you just feel like supporting me, join my Patreon, link in the description. Okay, bye.